One police officer, 3 shootings in 9 months.
Incidents that have stayed under the radar and away from public scrutiny.
But these shootings prompted law enforcement sources to contact NBC 15's Andrea Ramey.
She has an exclusive investigation into that frequent use of force.
I heard shots.
April 27th, Prichard police responded here, 1046 Josephine Street, to a shots fired call. When officers arrived,
it was pow, 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 pow.
More gunfire erupted.
It probably was about 20 shots or 25 shots.
The Mobile County Sheriff's Office says 3 Prichard police officers fired their guns into Lee Hicks's vehicle, striking him multiple times. Deputies say the officers felt threatened by the way Hicks was driving, but that he never shot at them. Hicks survived, and the investigation is ongoing. The Sheriff's Office investigates Prichard's officer-involved shootings. Records NBC 15 News obtained show this was Prichard police officer Chad Anthony's 3rd shooting in 9 months. The month before, on March 8th, the Sheriff's Office says Officer Anthony alone was chasing this suspect, Cecil James, who he tried to pull over for having an expired tag.
Right there. Right there.
That chase ended in Kathy Glasper's front yard in a hail of gunfire. Deputies say James shot at Officer Anthony and he fired back, hitting James numerous times. Glasper says several of the officer's bullets also hit her home.
At least half a dozen shots into your house.
Yes.
Did you think you were going to get shot that day?
Oh, yeah. I was so lucky. My heart was beating so fast I didn't know what to do. I was on the floor crawling up the hallway.
The Sheriff's Office investigated a 3rd shooting involving Officer Chad Anthony in August 2018. Prichard police say the suspect, Levon Anderson, blew through a stop sign and refused to stop.
Anyone could have been hurt.
Once he did, investigators say Anderson put his car in reverse, colliding with a patrol car. Sheriff's investigators say Anderson was trying to kill Officer Anthony and another officer, so they opened fire. This image shows some of the bullet holes in the back of Anderson's burgundy car. Anderson was shot twice in the lower back and survived.
It does endanger other people, innocent bystanders' lives.
According to records NBC 15 News obtained, a Mobile County grand jury this year cleared both officers in Anderson's shooting. A grand jury still must review the shootings from March and April of this year. Officer Anthony declined to comment.
We engaged armed, felony suspects on a regular basis.
Local law enforcement declined to speak about the actions of a fellow officer on the record, so we turned to an expert, a 30-year veteran of the Los Angeles Police Department, Adam Bercovici, and asked what he thought.
3 shootings in 9 months. I think it's time to hit the pause button.
Bercovici's not throwing a red flag on the actions of the officer. Some officers, for a variety of reasons, he says, are just more prone to encounter life-threatening situations. The larger issue, he says, is looking at how the department is being run.
It really falls back to me on supervision, and you rarely see that finger pointed when something happens. It's always the officer is looked at, he's the bad guy, right? Well, who trained him? Who taught him? Who did all these things? It all comes down to that.
We called, texted, and emailed the city of Prichard for comment about these shooting incidents. We also have questions about supervision and training. And while we know one of the shootings was cleared by a grand jury, we want to know the results of the internal investigations. Residents caught in the crossfire also have their questions.
All I know, something has got to give. You just go around just shooting. You don't know who you shooting at.
Before Officer Anthony was hired by Prichard Police, he was a Mobile police officer. He resigned while facing an allegation of sexual misconduct. We tracked down the woman who accused him. Hear her story tomorrow night at 6. Andrea Ramey, NBC 15 News.